Got the echo. Yeah, man. I think I might have to start trying to figure out, like, I want to do what Cam Newton does. I don't want to dress quite like Cam Newton, but Cam Newton got like, his fits are becoming more masculine as we speak. Like, they used to be way out there, like the male romper thing that he was doing. Wasn't sure about that. Men should have to put their clothes on in pieces. Shouldn't just be one piece that you go out in public with. But like, I kind of like some of the stuff that he's wearing now, man. A little too colorful, but it's getting better. It's getting better. I feel like I need to start laying out my clothes like first day of school and shit. Cause like part of it would be me maybe if I just hung up my clothes. Like, cause I got a whole bunch of clothes that I wash clothes. I accomplished that. But right now I just got a bunch of clothes just in my closet, just sweatshirts and stuff. And I got rid of a lot of sweatshirts. But right now, all my clean sweatshirts are just on the floor. I guess though, in the process of me getting ready to pack for Vegas. For those who are just kind of coming in, this is Big Games BS, part of Den Media Group, presented by AlphaMaleJacks.com. AlphaMaleJacks.com's got a good sale right now for those who actually are needing hormone replacement. If you need CRT, you just need to go hit them up. And what happens is you can be on a payment plan, but you basically are getting a year of hormone therapy and as well as nutrition and supplemental counseling for half off. And you can break up the price. You're accountable for the check. So make sure that you go check that out. But before any of that, what we should all be doing is checking our blood levels. That means your blood sugars, your cholesterol levels, cortisol levels, a whole bunch of other different things. Make sure you're checking this stuff out so that you can know how you need to attack the day and how you can start working out and doing and living your life to the best of your ability. Hold on, if we're gonna take the picture, we got to get the goat in there. There we go. I just shout out to this. This is what I tell people: shout out support. My guy says, comedian. He's kind of going back and forth and never hit like he wanted to hit. So I guess comedians treat comedy like rappers should be treating rap. But like, he's getting close to 40. I think he should still do it. And has anybody paid attention to any real show OGs? Y'all remember my guy Bobby, right? Remember little Bobby Brown? I gotta get Bobby Brown. You know he got fired from the comedy club?
Which one?
The comedy club? No, the Jacksonville one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I said, you know why you got fired, right, bro? It's like, you're not there. You're never fucking there. You're working now. You're a working comedian. What's wild is one of the I'm going to reach out because I want to get him back on because he's funny as fuck. Cam's so funny. And people don't remember, like, if you want to, I think we got the video of it. But Cam did a show when I was doing comedy shows here at the Lounge 2 years ago.
Really?
He was one of the opening acts for Tez.
That's so funny.
And a guy was heckling him. And he was so calm, cool. And like now he is like all over the place.
That's funny.
And he went right after Bobby. And Bobby didn't want to open up that night. But Bobby does it. And Bobby's whole is so much more calm. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Off script today. See how this works. But you got the thing on, Miles?
Yeah.
I want the people. We're gonna hear this.
That's so funny. I forgot. I was like, I thought he looked familiar.
I mean, he's hilarious, dog. Like,
yeah, I watched him on Kill Tony.
So yeah, so like they all went out there to did the Kill Tony shit, and I guess I don't know what Kill Tony is, but apparently they killed it. And it was a big deal to Bobby. Let's see, you got the go ahead. I'm calling Bobby. Put the roadcaster on. Or can they hear that? Okay. Oh, we finna roast his ass. Bitch, you ain't got no fucking voice. How many rings you get? I'm gonna be mad as hell if I go through all these rings and it says the wireless person you're trying to call does not.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available. Please try again later. El cliente de servicio móvil.
That's how you know when somebody's gotten bigger than you. We finna talk shit about Bobby right now, man. We're gonna like Bobby doesn't know. Bobby thinks he's a comedian. Bobby, but dead serious. Bobby's comedy has become I told him like he's got to become more mature. Like he still hasn't put the best part of his act in. I don't know why he's hesitant to talk about the dark part of his life. Bitch, we all grew up with daddy issues. all of us didn't have our father there. We can relate to his story, but his story is wild as shit. Especially seeing as I kind of helped him meet his dad. I was mad as fuck though, because I'm not petty. Petty is a bad term. I'm deliberate. And Bobby's dad came and he was like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Bobby. I'm Bobby's dad. And his name is Bobby Brown Jr. So Bobby Brown Jr., what would you automatically think Bobby Brown Jr.'s dad is named? Because if you're like me, I'm James Anthony Coleman II. You don't have to take a wild guess what my daddy's name is. My daddy's name is James Anthony Coleman Sr. And so Bobby Brown comes in. He said, "I said, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Bobby?" He's like, "Nah, my name's not Bobby. It was something else." And I said, "I'm at the lounge." So I'm thinking this is my guy, Bobby, who's doing some stuff for me. "Hey, man, what you want to drink?" "Got this motherfucker some liquor. Good liquor." "Hey, man, you smoke cigars?" "Yeah, I smoke cigars." "Man, come here, man. Let me take you to the humidor." I'm going around showing Bobby's dad the ropes to find out that Bobby's daddy ain't shit. That would have been the second time that Bobby's daddy has seen him. And I'm giving Bobby's daddy some goddamn free liquor and cigars. I told Bobby, "I'm mad as fuck at you right now. I should have known something was wild, right?" Because Bobby was taking it really seriously. Like Bobby was writing his jokes on a sheet of paper, but it wasn't cool. Like what's the comedian who was on Blackish? The weird one. He has like a weird vibe to him. He's on Blackish. He's funny though. Yeah, he's not Deion Cole, right? Because Deion Cole writes his and he reads them, but it's like it's part of his shtick. Like Bobby's trying to do other shit, but he just doesn't. He forgot his jokes. But his dad is like within 5 feet of him. I didn't see my dad for when I just saw my dad last February. I hadn't seen my dad since I was 17 years old. So I was 22 years. I kind of had an idea when I saw my dad in the lobby of that hotel room that, hey, this guy kind of looked like me. I was looking at him like, he looks familiar. I should have known that the motherfucker wasn't no good when the dad is like 5 feet away from him. And Bobby doesn't even get no energy from him or whatever. But anyways, this is the kind of shit that happens at Goodfellas. If you're in town, light refreshments on me Thursday. We're doing a customer appreciation. We have a guy performing live. Demi Hendrix is going to be performing. We got live music on Friday, Saturday. It's going to be splendiferous. We're bringing in Colored People's Appreciation Month with a bang. Matter of fact, you know what? I think that would be a really cool thing for us to do as a channel. I'll let you, the few people who are here, you could vote on this, right? Because of how we joke and we have and it's spilling over into others. Like I saw some people say, "Be a greenie" for my guy George and Renegade Report. And because greenies are colored, and we do like the whites here too. Those are my people who aren't paid members. For those who don't know, we love you guys here as well. And February 1st is Black History Month. I feel like we should do a Colored People's Appreciation Month for Den Media Group. So all my greenies, we're going to figure out something that we could do to make you feel appreciated. Like, yeah, so if you're white in real life, this is your month too. So when people are like, when you're going around and you're wearing kente cloth, like, oh, that's appropriation. Nope. See, that's going to be the theme of today's show. By the way, too, as we get through it, be like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Your ignorance is spewing through your veins right now. I am a part of Den Media Group's members. Green is also the color of money, FSU Junior. Like, you can ew Miami and still spin that motherfucker clean. Like that. so like, but this is I'm not giving you, if you say that word, you better put a K in front of it. I promise you, because I don't want you to get dropped. I'm not giving you that pass. Don't go around and saying that shit. But we are saying that this is our month. We're going to take this over, just like everything else in the world has been taken over. But anyways, it's housekeeping rules. We're finally over 5,000 subs. Appreciate you guys. We're at 5,151 to be exact. So we're 849 away from Oh, you haven't opened it. Oh, you got. We're 849 away from our next goal of 6,000. Shout out to my guy. I think you opened the wrong one, but that's the same thing I had up. Shout out to my guy Grant Gray. Shout out to the band. We're gonna need the band for this. The band is gonna VD on me for GG. VD on BG for GG. For my guy Grant. And then Primetime Matt is the one who got the $92. He's got the secondary gift. Once we get to 6,000, there'll be a $500 prize, and then two more winners will get either the second place guy will get the greater of the likes or $100, whichever is higher. But we will give away over $600. It will still keep the likes thing going while we still have that. Trying to figure out the other housekeeping stuff. It was something. What was the first one I clicked? Oh, I had it twice? Yeah, I might have accidentally did it twice. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I sent the same one, huh? Holy shit. The fuck? Did you tell people to get that estrogen out their system? No, well, we did, but we didn't. We kind of did. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Miles on that one. Sending this over now. It's hard to do that. Hard to have a show without a guide. Well, how we're opening it as Miles gets this email that I'm sending him right now. Mike Norvell has been all over the place, all over the world. The guy that's close to me got a chance to actually meet Norvell in person. And he went to Enterprise, Alabama, which I always joke about how I'm afraid to go to Alabama, but my guy who is Asian, and this I remember we had to talk about Larson. Like, people thought I was bullshit. And I was like, man, I know that Larson. Larson is an Asian name. And he damn, this shit take forever to get there now. But he got a chance to meet, and he lives in Enterprise, Alabama. If an Asian can live in Enterprise, Alabama, then damn it, I probably. And he has 2 restaurants that way. That motherfucker cook. He made me the blackest mac and cheese that I've ever had in my life. Oh man, it was delicious. It was delicious. But anyways, I don't know what school or who we're recruiting from Enterprise, Alabama is, but he was there. And he got a chance to meet Mike all that other stuff. We'll maybe go back to that anyway. I also learned something, and this is a question that I have for people who are mainly people who probably have daughters are mainly the ones who do it. But my youngest son, we're trying to make sure he's athletic, and we're just putting him in a bunch of different things. He's getting better at football every week. Like last week, he did pull the flag. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing though. Like he's just running, but he is running forward this week. So once he gets the hang of it, he'll be fine. It felt like Trey just picked that up a lot faster than my youngest son. But okay, I said it came in twice. Yeah, so here's Matt with Coach Norvell. We'll show that. We'll go backtrack. You can just click on the tweets. And so that's Jeff. My bad. I apologize. That's his brother. But there are 2 Asians in Enterprise, Alabama. And they're both FSU fans. I don't know if there may be more, but we know Jeff and Matt there. That's okay. So Matt was there. So that's Matt. And the other one was Jeff. Hey, funny story. So if you go back to Jeff, I met Jeff. I had never met him before, right? And we were at the first Mike Norvell camp in Tallahassee for the youth. And he comes up on me, and I'm like, I'm like, yo, whoa, Matt, have you changed that much since I saw you? But it was Jeff, and I was trying to not say it because, I don't, all Larsons look alike. So like, but it was clearly a difference. And he had his son, and I know Matt's son is older, and I'm like, yo, how'd your son become littler? But that's him. Matt was there, and then I guess Coach Norvell was doing what Mike does. We go through the media right here, Miles. If you can see him, you got to get the shit signed. I ain't even mad at it. But this is a video of probably.
So nice to see you. That's right. Thank you, sir. Very nice to see you. Hey guys, how you doing? So good to see you guys. See you, man. Absolutely. How you doing, sir? Hey, yes, sir. There you go. How you doing, young man? So nice to see you. That's right. Thank you, sir.
Mike's whole life is shaking hands. Every coach, not just Mike, every coach's whole life is shaking hands and getting different daps and all kinds of other shit. Like, and people don't realize how heavy-handed their daps are. And Mike's not a big man. Mike's kind of petite. Like, I told him when I saw Mike after he signed that $10 million deal, I said, bro, you need me to take you some places? Gonna put some meat on your bones, bro. We need you here. Like, we don't want you to flow away. But my question of the day is, do all gymnastics gyms or whatever you say, like the places where people do the flips, do they all smell like feet? Because I'm literally about to pull my son out of this. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I walked in there. It's not even like most of the time when you smell Fritos, that's sometimes when you feel like that's the feet smell. But this was worse than Fritos. It was awful, man. Like I was sitting, it's bad because it was on Monday, right? Yeah, it was Monday. And people were asking me, like, why do you feel bad? Like it was such a strong aroma that I felt sick when I left. And what's messed up is he's nose deaf, but I gotta be there the whole time. That's fucked up. That's fucked up on the parents' part. Like the parents gotta sit there and take that stank while their kids is doing stuff. And somebody was like, well, that's what locker room smell like. Parents don't go in the locker room. Like, fuck out of here. And the other question I have, and this isn't mine, it's from Everyday Grails. He asked a very pointed question. And Gail, we got to get past this thing where being rich is one thing, but at some point you got to have somebody to take care of your old ass. And I know that rich auntie thing sound good, but your nephews and it ain't the same. But Gail King made a statement on Pivot Podcast, and it was a great statement. I guess is there audio to it too? Yeah. And my bad. We'll just go with what does she say? Just listen to her.
I'm like, oh God. Do you think you could lend me $4,000? And I'm like, oh God. Asked what it's for. He said, yeah, it was for a child support issue. Do you think you could lend me $4,000? And I'm like, oh God. Asked what it's for. He said, yeah, it was for a
Okay,
child
so
support.
my man is dating. Gail King was in a relationship, and they were dating. She was dating a guy. Gail King is rich, like stupid rich. Like you're in a relationship. He stresses that, hey, something came up. I think they fleshed it out. He was making 6 figures or whatever, but something came up. Hey, can I just borrow $4,000 for a couple of days? Get this thing cleared up. He paid her back. Paid her back. She broke up with him because the man asked her for money. But what's wild is like it's what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. Like if this were flipped, it would be think pieces, and we're gonna see these think pieces here in a little bit.
Not only that, it's just like who's gonna want to marry? Maybe they don't know how men think. When we see some type of betrayal like that, the next nigga ain't gonna want you because he knows you gonna put his business.
This is why when they say why don't men open up?
Yeah, like no.
This is why men don't ask you shit. Like 90%, Gail is in the 1% of women. Like ain't very many women making the money Gail King makes. So I want some of y'all don't even get on your high horses yet. But at the end of the day, if we in a relationship and I ask you for something, if he didn't pay back, I get it. 100%, boom, whatever. Even though my grandmother always said, when you give people money, don't expect it back. But goddamn, Gail, it's better to rob a bank before you ask a woman for money. And the crazy part is a lot of times if they do it for you, this man could have given her over the course of their relationship, not even Gail King, over the course of their relationship, $400,000. But she's gonna always come back to that one time. She's gonna always come back to that one time when, hey, yo, broke ass. Remember, I had to give you $4,000, bitch. I gave it back to you.
It's one thing to break up with him, but then to put him on blast.
Yeah, this could have been years ago, and like, but still, like a secret's supposed to be a secret, right? Like that was between us. I was in a low moment. I don't think women understand that part. Like that this is it, but whatever, that's cool. I just thought that was kind of interesting. That's how we do a housekeeping. FAMU football, obviously they hire Coach Colsey. We have an interview with Coach Colsey coming up soon. Luke, I was not attacking a Miami fan. That Miami fan attacked me. I do not start fights, but I finish them. So let's just get that, Bobby. Let's just get that corrected, Bobby. I was not starting anything, but FAMU athletics. Now, if you're a FAMU fan, if you're a real fan, matter of fact, if you're an HBCU fan, your ass better be. If you're so proud you're from FAMU, singing "Glory Hallelujah," I'm from FAMU. Then your ass better go do what Gail King did, or somebody else, and you need to go buy one of these rings. I would never be this proud to be for Florida State. But, right now you can go purchase your national championship fan rings. I promise you that there is another orange and green school that would make billions doing this shit if they ever win again. On fucking God, the University of Miami fans would go buy this shit. But National Championship fan ring available. Purchase your fan ring or pendant by February 29th, 2024. Visit FAMUathletics.com/fan ring to purchase. Production will take 10 to 12 weeks after the store closes. They are selling this shit like team shops in high school. But they'll buy this. I mean, but I'm saying go support FAMU, national champions. You're so proud. Flaunt that shit. I don't wear my championship rings because I don't like gaudy jewelry. And one of my friends, who ironically his son is now at Mandarin. His son, actually, his oldest son, Bradley Jennings Jr., went to the University of Miami. Bradley Jennings was a starting linebacker at Florida State University as a freshman. He got shot for his national championship rings the week of the NFL draft. Yeah, Bradley Monster. In fact, we will I am going to. Monster is a monster. Coach Bowden called Monster. But from what I understand is the guy was robbing him, and Monster is a bold motherfucker. So yeah, you better. When I fucking find you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. He was talking to the guy with the gun. Now Monster is 6'4", 260 pounds at the time. Old school Mike linebacker. Like, don't need no coverage. No coverage. Just straight downhill. Hurting somebody. Giving out CTE. He hit a walk-on in practice and his vertebrae shook. That's the story that they told. Like, go, if you don't want to know, like, go shiver your spine real quick and see how sturdy that shit is. He shook somebody's vertebrae. But anyways, he got robbed. That's why I don't wear that jewelry. They post this at a time where I got some inside information. Now, when you win a championship, everybody associated with the team gets a ring. Equipment managers, coaches, support staff, athletic directors, everybody. Hell, the Jacksonville Sharks, the arena football team here in Jacksonville, every time they win a championship, the goddamn PA announcer, Josh Jackson, gets a fucking championship ring. He didn't do shit but say their names after they made plays. There's no disrespect to Josh. Josh is very good at his job. So, Miles, if you fucking make that cut and edit, because we're about to talk about that here in a second, too. Make sure we put that Josh is really good at his job. People don't know that 60-second edits, like, don't sum up the entirety of a thing. The text I get, this lady cutting people from getting rings. No EQ staff, no support staff, no sports medicine, no grad assistants. Only the football players and the coaches are getting championship rings. So they post this up. So hopefully they take $300 out of their stuff, and then hey, God bless. But I don't know what to tell them on that one. But that stinks. They really hate that lady over there. Allison Posey, one of the best reporters in Tallahassee. She talked about Tiffany. She breaks down what Tiffany Sykes says. Now, Tiffany Sykes, this is a fact. Tiffany Sykes did not want to. So before I read this, I want to let you guys know one of her reasons for not really being with Willie as much as she was before, and one of her reasons for not making the hire fast was because of why she was brought into FAMU. She was brought into FAMU because of compliance issues. Academic issues. Remember, FAMU had this big academic thing where all the players did that marching, we shall overcome, we're going to sit in shit before the North Carolina game. Y'all remember that happened a couple years ago? But Tiffany says she had a long list of people they considered. I read those off on Monday. Cozy was the right person at the time to lead FAMU. I don't know if that's kind of a backhanded compliment, but she praises Cozy for implementing academic standards while he's been the interim head coach. So she likes what he's done for the 2 weeks that he's been an interim coach, and she made a long-term decision on a temporary situation. She said academics was something big she considered. Head coaching experience was another thing she took into consideration as someone who understood HBCU culture. She said she's glad they found someone who checks every single one of those boxes. Coach has never been a head coach outside of the 2 weeks that on a college level like this. He was whatever. Bottom line is Cozy is the right hire. I'm so happy that Cozy got the job. I'm just calling out this lady on her bullshit because that's what it is. Now, here's one thing that he did do. FAMU lost a lot of guys, not a lot of guys, but people who transferred in. They decided to transfer out because they didn't have a head coach. Miami got one of those guys who was a transfer from Florida State, who we talked about how FAMU literally made this shit a fucking a war that it did not have to be. We're taking our guys back. We're getting your best players over here. And then that bitch said, and he even made a thing like, what, why not us? He did the whole Black Power thing tweet. Then he left and said, I'm going to go walk on to Miami. And then Cozy got the job, and Cozy said, gotcha, bitch. Come back. You're wearing this orange and green. Now, I think he's a good player. I think Miami's running back room is probably it. They won't miss it. Trust me, they won't. It won't miss a beat. But he went back and got a good player for that level of ball. I think Rodney Hill is going to eat very, very well over there. But it just gives some more trolling things, and it shows that he has a good influence and that he's able to communicate to a lot of these young men and do stuff like this. But what's going to be funny is when Cozy has success, I wonder what the narrative will be. And if Cozy doesn't have success, I wonder what the narrative will be. Because here's what the narrative is. He is he's a black guy, but he went to a PWI. He's a black man. You might want to guess what he's never coached at he just started coaching the HBCUs, but he's coached at small schools. He's a black guy. And you know what his wife, what color his wife is?
Oh, wow.
So like it's more so the arguments that are all the stupid ass arguments that happen with this, like permeate the conversation. And watch when he gets fired. If his wife he had a black wife, he wouldn't be sucking this bad. He'd understand the culture. Before you judge and say, James, don't say that. That's not how we talk. Keep watching the show. You're gonna hear the stupid shit that we say as time goes on. It ain't our month yet, so I can go and say whatever the fuck I need to say. Jamont asked, how can he transfer, then go right back to the team he just left? One, you can always transfer down. FAMU is FCS, Miami's FBS, and be immediately eligible to play. Two, I don't think he ever started classes at Miami. He's still out and about. So as long as he didn't start classes, then three, he was, even if he was signed, he was a member of FAMU with Willie Simmons being the head coach. The minute that Willie Simmons takes another job, you get the 30-day window. So those are the reasons why he was able to do those things. Continuation of topics are things that I love to do. We had a phenomenal discussion in the early parts of our show and at the end of the show about something that I just think that we should all be fans of. This is a pro women's show, a pro athletic women's show, and I think we need to show more love to the women in wrestling. We have got to do a better job. They are famous in their own right, but they didn't come over to this world. So we had a great discussion. And from that great discussion, a lot of wild shit happened between Monday and Tuesday. Continuation of topics. All of a sudden, this guy pops up on my timeline, and he's talking about Jade Cargill. And he said, women wrestlers wasn't nowhere near this fine when I was watching growing up. They wanted us to watch women like Stacy Keibler and Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie wasn't that bad when she was younger. I mean, come on, dog. It's just not as fine as these women. I don't have to bash or berate another woman to uplift another one. We'll talk about that here in a second. Jade Cargill, by the way, Miles, let me show you. Actually, I'll pull it up because I'm gonna use him in this. Jade Cargill, and somebody said, why are you using all AEW? I knew Storm looked familiar. She was in AEW. My boy Boz used to drive her around because chauffeur Boz. And he was like, man, I'm hanging out with these AEW girls right here. And he posted a picture. I'm like, what? Shout out also to CJ Perry, who used to be with WWE. She's now over here. CJ Perry was one of the original the gold girl, the girl, cowgirls at Florida State. Also, her parents happen to have been missionaries. She invited me to my own house party. But Jade it's a bad woman. And now I know you can tell a lot about people by the music they listen to. I used to tell women this, like, who is that guy's favorite R&B singers? I'd tell you who they are. I think sometimes who's the woman's favorite rapper? Nicki Minaj, Whatever. Cardi B, ooh, and Meg Thee Stallion. That let me know a lot about Jade. She is a fierce competitor in and out of the ring, or everywhere she enters is her ring. But shout out to her, Beast. I don't judge her, Angelo, if she has a white husband. It's a lot of white men in WWE. So we made our post about the women, and Miles puts it up there. And Mark Henry inboxed Din Media Group. But he didn't inbox us for that yet. He inboxed us first because he saw our post about HBCUs. So that let me know that we need to start talking about wrestling. But he inboxed me. He said he follows the page now. So y'all need, if Mark Henry's good enough to follow us, then y'all need to follow us. Nevin Watson, the portal is not closed if your coach takes another job. We need to stop coaches from taking jobs so that the portal doesn't open for 30 more days. That is the rules in which the old people created. But this is what Mark said from my comment on the HBCUs. Dude is a genius and a visionary. Oh my goodness. I don't know who Mark here is. Sexual Chocolate, the world's strongest man,
Right,
is really commenting on our shit. Then he inboxes us. Iron sharpens iron. I like the way you think. Boom, I'm at a high. And then he sees the 60-second clip that Miles fucking created. And I don't think everybody understands the way that the show goes. I don't think they understood the tongue-in-cheek humor. I think they probably really think, I just think Nia's just when I said that's a big woman, I think they thought I was saying she's a big woman and not like that's all woman.
that was the one part that stuck in my head.
And then I did say bitch, but I didn't mean bitch in that manner. I meant bitch like just as a term. But it's not just him. I think he's cool. And it wasn't even like I wasn't sure. That's the only, that was the scary part, because I don't know
if he's actually upset.
If he's upset or not, because I don't want him to be upset. No way. Coach Storms did not train Mark. I got to ask that. Then we might have a back in then. Because I don't want to go from like living my best life here on a high to Mark Henry trying to whoop my ass. I don't know, man. Shit. Got to know when to hold him, when to fold him. I ain't that tough of a motherfucker like that. That's a big man. But it's getting a lot of views. He said, you need more information on these ladies. It was almost like, son, you need to respect women more. And I don't want that to be how it was, Mark. Because some of them I don't really want to respect. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like, you can show that picture right there. This is a shout out to Luke. Luke posted some elite milk. I think that's milk. That look might be brown. That might be some brown in there. That might be strawberry milk. Yeah, that's okay. That's strawberry milk right there. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, check. I mean, I'm watching wrestling. I'm just saying, like, I want to know, like, they're saying, like, and then people, what bothers me is when people jump in the damn chats and now they're trying to like what is your angle, sir? And he's like, you need some more information. I'm like, and then Joe Ant Mob puts, break it down for them, world's strongest man. What the fuck is going on? Then my boy Boz comes in and he's like, all he has to do is ask. James, great people, one of my good friends, knows more good food spots in Jax than me. That's right. This is how you pacify the situation, Boz. Okay, now this person, is that no, he's not Dominican. Which one is Joe? Which one is Joe? You said Joe commented on this, right?
I'm pretty sure that's
He's not. That's Joe. Joe, what the fuck is wrong with you, Joe? Primo, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Primo over here, like you trying to get our asses whooped over here, though.
I don't know if his sarcasm, his humor is like ours. It doesn't always come across.
And then somebody's like, everybody don't need to do a podcast.
Okay.
Like, bitch, what are you doing?
No, at the end of the day, we are showing love to these women, and we're giving more.
All right, now this dude right here, I'm ready to fight Tad. Nia Jackson's a liability. She's a bad wrestler.
Those type of things, I get it.
Then instead of just pointing out, now I'm getting bashed. I guess Sasha wasn't a bit. Bitch, bring her up. Present Sasha. You can use gifts now in the comments. Let us see her. The point of it is we want to see more. We want to see more of these women. That was the whole point. And then somebody put, and apparently a lot of men like China. I'm sorry. I don't like China. That's not my cup of tea. But remember the one we found with the AEW?
Yeah.
So that's the next one. You know, she had an injury, Queen Amanita.
Oh yeah, she's so.
I can't show these, but that's one picture right there. That's yeah. Orange, like citrus colors on dark skinned women is an undefeated combo. And she looks tall. So all I'm saying is, I don't know if Mark Henry wants to whoop my ass or not, but if I see if Mark happens to listen to this, Mark, it was more an appreciation post. And yeah, so like except for China, like you can't make me like China. But if you like China, I'm not knocking you for liking China. I mean, I don't know. Like the point is, we don't know all of these things. And it wasn't even a podcast about wrestling. Like, it's that crazy that they're coming on the page, right? And there's like, this is almost felt worse than the people who come on and think we talk about Dion all the time. I think this might be the first time we talked about Luke, I wouldn't even put you in that situation, dog. It is only one thing that there's only one thing that's happened. If Mark Henry says, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and that's me going to Green Acres and getting the automatic shotgun. I am not throwing hands with Mark Henry, man. I have seen his work. I am a fan of Mark Henry. I might shed a tear if that had to happen. Like, I didn't want to do this to you. This next topic, going into what we actually talk about more often than not, and for people who don't know, is it reminded me of this song where Jay-Z put out, fuck the NCAA, let a young get paid. And I have that feeling, and I told you guys a long time ago that the NCAA is not done. As Florida State fans were crying and people were trolling us, I put out a tweet, and one of my friends said, almost in the voice of the guy who secretly exposes all the recipes, like, come closer. The NCAA is not done. And I said, what does that mean? It means watch this. And he gave me the Usher thing. And then he put the Dion, we coming. And I was like, damn, they're getting Dion too? And no, they're not getting Dion. Dion's in the clear right now, outside of the little small allegations. And then this girl, Galatia, who this is how, and she's going to probably try to get in now because her life's going to be miserable because Alabama's not going to be anywhere near as good. Trish Stratus was pretty good, Mantra. You're right. She puts, every time I say the NCAA doesn't have power, they make chess moves and make me shut up. And the NCAA came out and said, basically dropped the bomb on Tennessee. Trying to find the good article. Sources say Tennessee faces multiple level 1, that's not good, and level 2 violations. The school's chancellor fires back at how the NCAA is handling NIL investigation. In a letter obtained by ESPN, she calls the NCAA allegations factually unique and procedurally wrong. That's basically she's saying, bitch, y'all lying in a very nice way. I'm going to go read and what it's basically off of. Before I go in to read this, Nico, one of them really, really hard names to say, was one of the top quarterbacks in his class. Reportedly got paid a Brinks truck. And all of this information was fucking leaking by writers. I want you to think about this. Florida State is under investigation basically because somebody leaked shit which is now an On3 site. Florida is on investigations because shit got linked about a contract on an On3 site. The Nico shit got leaked about how much he was getting paid. If you motherfuckers would stop pocket watching, your schools would not be in trouble. Everybody is saying that these kids are making all this kind of money. And like, shit. The reality of the situation is, chill the fuck out. Say you got a good NIL deal. The problem is that people, let's say hypothetically speaking, all of the money is true. All of those numbers are true. What the fuck does it matter? Now is because the one rule, there's only like 3 rules that they have, is you cannot promise a contract. The contract cannot be dependent upon you going to that university. They're marketing deals. Yes, we know they all go to a collective that's supposed to collect the marketing deals and give to them, but we know that's not what happens. But they did it to make it legal. But when you guys keep running your fucking mouth, now you're leaving this thing called a paper trail and you're creating smoke. And these motherfuckers got to do their job. They got to investigate. You know why they got to investigate? Because you wrote the article and now somebody's saying, oh, our school doesn't do this. Something must be stopped. Something must be done. Now everybody about to get in trouble. Miami, Ohio State, a whole bunch of other schools are about to be on the chopping block. And it can range from a slap on the wrist to whatever, but you just don't want the feds in your backyard if you don't have to have them. For measuring contests, that does absolutely nothing for anybody on this timeline's bottom line, except maybe mine, because I get to talk about it and it may get more clicks. Very simple truth. Those who know don't talk, and those who talk typically don't know. But it's those who don't know that keep saying shit that they might have heard 4th or 5th story. And now you're leaving bits and pieces out, and now you're making the feds tap my line. And now when the feds tap my line, they actually might find something in a different manner. We will bring this up. We will bring this up later. And even in that, I can't fully get into all of the details because we're having another show with Doug Rohan and Danielle Kelly to talk about the legal shit that's going on. But like the bottom line is, like, it is y'all fault because y'all subscribe to this shit. We have taken love into hip hop and brought it into sports. That drama shit, that this pocket watching, hating, all that bullshit. If them boys making multi-million-dollar deals and let them little jits make multi-million-dollar deals, and you go be great at something, and then maybe you'll make a multi-million-dollar deal. Ain't nobody giving them shit. Them bitches earn that shit by being fucking good. Because if it's the market dictates the terms. If they weren't that good, nobody would pay them. But y'all got to go out here and like, whoa, woe is me. They making more money than blah, blah, blah. Like, we should have just been writing, just give these motherfuckers, just pay them. If we would just pay them as employees, none of this other shit would happen. The thing that everybody, this used to be funny. Well, if you pay them, they have to pay taxes. We got them. That's fucking America. Like, it's part of being an adult. There you go, Nevin. Everybody wants to be Frank Lucas until they wear the loud mink coat and attract the wrong attention. Even though technically I was listening to a pod about that, and he was technically on their radar, but like, yeah, when I think the Italian snitched on him once he had the better seats and shit. Basically, Tennessee's basically coming out saying, y'all need to make the rules more clear. The NCAA owes member institutions a spirit of partnership and problem solving. The NCAA and member institutions owe it to the public and stakeholders to be intellectually honest. Tell the truth. Like, they're basically saying that they used funds like private jets, all kinds of other different shit to be able to get this young man on campus. That was like an impermissible benefit. And for those who be like, don't believe me, Trey Wallace, he's got a blue check mark. I mean, he's got 37. Like, he writes for Outkick, so he's a conservative. According to multiple sources, Florida State, Tennessee, and Florida are just the beginning of the NCAA investigation, presenting allegations to schools. This is about to ramp up further in time. I wouldn't talk trash about opposing schools just yet. But
what do they usually find to get a case? Is there like searching for receipts?
Basically receipts, and like, they have to, like, schools have to like the visits, you have to lay out the shit. Like, did the motherfucker fly coach or first class to get here?
So it's an audit.
And yeah, basically it's an audit. Like, they hear something, they look for it, and yeah,
Shouldn't they be doing that anyway?
Yes. Yes. FSU has made me mad, and I'm actually for. The cool thing in this is that you can't attack everybody. You can't sue. They're not suing, but you can't attack everybody. Eventually, people will buck back, and they will all fight you. I think we're in the last days of the NCAA anyway, and it's crazy because I'm for it. Because fuck the NCAA after what they did to us. Let me tell you about my thought. I think we talked about this a little bit on Monday's show. Fucking aggravated me looking at these guys in these all-star games. They look really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
It gets worse though, Miles, because there's another fucking all-star game going down right now. It's the Reese's Senior Bowl, the most prestigious of all the all-star games. It infuriates me, and it's like every time I want to get over this shit, they purposely do something to make it harder for me to get over this shit. If they would have just put us in, like, we didn't need a fucking quarterback. You saw how bad the quarterback play was. It was stinky. It was putrid. To be honest with you, I will say this. This is the unequivocal truth for me, James Coleman. Georgia was the best football team in college football last year. Georgia would have won the national championship if they had to play in the college football playoff. They didn't earn it though, because they lost to the team that fucking lost in the first round, and they tried to give it to, but we get it. It was the Lifetime Achievement Award for Nicholas Saban. But I need you to pull up these clips of why the fuck I would be mad. We did what we were supposed to do, and we saw the clips of Fabo beating the shit out of the Michigan offensive lineman. And I just thought about it. I haven't seen a clip of Jared Verse yet in this thing. that probably means that he's not doing it. He's probably just showed up for the interviews and said, fuck y'all, watch my film. So we know what Jared Verse can do. I put a gap in between those for some reason. But you can start playing. So this is the first one. We can go ahead and get X out of that. The first one is oh no, I went out of order. Well, it doesn't matter. You just click on that part. So we got right here Brandon Fisk, 6'3 and a half, 295 pounds. You'll see all of his stats right here, and it's a big boy. It's a really large size mammal who played really, really good the last 4 games. I think one of these clips is the video. And that's Johnny. Go to the yeah. Let's just click on any one of them. Click that one. Just click that. I'm not Jared. Let's watch Fisk. What he's doing to that guy? That's what he put him in the backfield. I don't even see what helmet. He's got to hold him. That guy had to hold him. All right, just go click on the next video. There's more. There's more of him. We saw him do that against Louisville. You don't think he would have done that against any of them? One-on-ones. Just hand placement. Jacking them up. Go to the next one.
Oh, ate him up. Oh, get yeah, Brandon, get her.
Women and doing all kinds of other cool moves. They got to double team him. 64 doesn't know where he's at. He did him with a Houdini. He's lucky his teammate was there. They're in slide protection. And then the next one's just a picture. That man was supposed to play in the bowl game, but he didn't play in the bowl game. All right, that's one guy. We can click off of that guy. That's fine. We'll go with Jaheim Bell, 6'1", 244 pounds. H-back. People keep talking about like, but he's working out at wide receiver. You know, he reminds me of of a black version of the white fullback. That's with San Francisco. I can see him doing very, very well. I think we got video of him if you go right there. Yep, that's him right there, running a quarter route, running like just a weapon that we did not have against just push play. That's James Williams. Good. He had a good day. He was beat, but it was the trail, but it's all good. He's learning how to play linebacker, which he probably should have been playing the entire time. He was a safety at Miami. He's the guy who was directing Trey Benson into the end zone. And you know, but I think I think James is gonna be fine. I think that's another video of no, my bad. I thought we had 2. All right, you click out of those. This is Johnny Wilson. We have a video of Johnny Wilson, 6'6", 237. Just crazy with all the numbers. I think we got the video of him. Click that one. No, that's the whole crew. We'll get to that. This is more Fisk. Just play it. More Fisk. I'm not even talking about what our offense could have done. Fuck our offense. Jay Travis got one leg. We didn't need offense. We just needed the defense to do what they were doing. There's a lot of clips. I'm pretty. All right, this is Jaheim Bell again. Or I don't know if that's showing or not. Now, in the guy's defense, he's a pilgrim.
That's the whole defense.
Yeah. He doesn't, or he's like, he might be light skinned. And he had to hold him. But I mean, just think like, we didn't have this to throw to. We didn't have him, Keon Coleman, or Johnny Wilson. And there's video. Here's Johnny right here, the 6'6" guy. And what's wild is somebody said they put that he was a DB highlight reel. And I don't know. I've only seen a couple clips. I don't have the other ones where I asked the guy trolling, my guy Hish, just like show me the bad clips. And nobody could show him. It's just to show me the one thing that the one guy said. I mean, because I don't have it in my possession. I only saw these come up on my timeline. But push this again. Nothing overly great, but good enough. Imagine having this as a weapon that we did not have. Push play. Like that is a problem in today's NFL because you don't have to call him a wide receiver. You can call him a tight end. And it's a mismatch problem. And of course, we did not have Jordan Travis. And Jordan Travis is, I need my guy to go seek some therapy. And the reason why I say that with all like the most well intentions for that is because he's saying shit that's just like not even his fault. That's the play we just watched. Oh, put it up. That's it. Now what's wild about this, and before we get back to J Trav, I'm not the only person saying this. And we saw the truth about what people felt about Mike Norvell when the Alabama job came open. Before the Alabama job came open, oh, they're just this. They're not that. They're not this. Alabama job comes open. Oh, everybody. Oh, well, Mike Norvell will be a great hire to replace Nick Saban. Nobody was talking about other coaches. They were talking about the guy with the production on the field that we've seen decline. And now they're starting to say, after watching these clips that are coming out, I'm starting to think Florida State might have got screwed. No shit. That's all people were saying. They weren't even saying that you could probably but what we're saying is give them a fucking chance. Let you earn the right to get your ass whooped. Perfect example in boxing. Very simple. You beat somebody, you get in the ring. Whether no matter what people think, that's the person that you're fighting. If you beat the heavyweight champ, you win. If you don't, you don't. Nobody felt Buster Douglas could beat Mike Tyson, but that motherfucker knocked him out. Let him get into the ring and let the game determine itself and stop trying to fucking predetermine shit. Haven't we learned that humans fuck shit up all the time? That's why we play the game. It's also why AI is scary. You know why AI is scary? Because AI knows the biggest threat to humans is fucking humans. And the only way to save humans is to eliminate humans. And we prove it every day with this dumb shit. JT's out here blaming himself. We got this stuff. And I'm like, man, when I see him at the combine, I may have to slap him. Shake that shit off, brother. Jordan Travis believes Florida State would have won it all 1,000%. It felt like it was my fault. That sucked for sure. I feel like I let a lot of people down. You did not, even though I do find out that run was one of the few design runs that Florida State ran all season. It was Jordan Travis, when he ran before, it was on his own. And when they actually ran it and had the protection there for him, is when he got hurt. But they got just let's see. I know there's some video. Jay Trav. Shout out to Jay Travis interviewing with the Steelers. I hope that they pick him with a mid-round pick. That would be the best thing for his career. Go somewhere, rehab for another year or two, learn the system, and then come out and do what the fuck you do, Jay Trav. Do what you didn't done your whole career. Comes natural. Going into more FSU news, we can get out of this. Basically, we talked about that. Getting shit just angry. It makes you angry, man. Because you just have my bad. This is why Jerry and Jones, who did not play. We saw but this is practices from the East West Shrine Bowl. He's doing something that he never had to do. He's playing zone. All they played was man. And that should have been pick 6.
Yeah, for sure, that was his.
I will say this. Even in some of the clips that I have seen with the wide receivers, I don't know who the quarterbacks are available in this draft. Them cats suck. Like, I'm sorry, Brock. I might have been too hard on Brock. Let's talk about Ronaldo. Listen to what Ronaldo Green has to say as well. Who is this guy? I wonder if he's going to be at the draft. The guy who's just getting all these interviews and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. No random ass person. Get a kid to do this shit. At least they're cute.
All right, who am I here with?
Ronaldo Green.
Hey, we're out here with the Shrine Bowl. How's it feel to be here?
It's a blessing. I'm just, happy to be here to show off my talents, compete, and make some plays.
I mean, if you could tell your freshman yourself one thing, what would it be?
Keep putting one foot in the other and don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't do.
And then final question, I never asked you. Let's say you pull up to the gas station, you're trying to get a snack. What are you going to go with?
Sour straws, but the mini ones, that's sour. Probably I got to get a Gatorade. A blue Gatorade. And then I got to top it off with like a bag of chips. Probably go Funyuns or salt and vinegar.
All right, there it is. Appreciate that, bro.
Damn, somebody really go talk about some shit you actually know about. Boy, they ripping you, man.
About the wrestling?
Yeah. I started to say, go eat a dick. But it's all good. It's all good. Shout out to Bud Henry. Are you? Bud, is that Mark? Is that you? On the low? Coming in as Bud? But anyways, where we shit just makes you angry, man. We had that much talent. Yeah. War Chant puts out talking to the players. They're able to be interviewed, the current guys. Ferguson committed to FSU around the time Norvell was rumored to be an Alabama candidate. He says the message from Norvell was, I'm here. You guys heard this from the same person. Me. I literally told you motherfuckers that Mike was not leaving. I tried to tell you people common sense. Guys, he's bringing everybody from Alabama over here. Why would he go to Alabama? But, what do I know? I'm not reputable, and y'all want to listen to people who are just trying to sell you shit. The video, if you go to click that one right now, Big Dave of DJU's dad posted up something, again, an interview from Malik Benson, another Alabama guy. Listen to what he has to say about how he feels the offense and things will be going.
Once I committed, he texted me saying, let's work. And, just as a quarterback receiver, that got to be like my best friend. So, just every single day we're doing what we got to do to get that connection. The thing I like about DJ is he can make every throw and he likes to throw that deep ball, something that I like to run. So, just that connection and that me and DJ, are building, I really can't wait for everyone to see because it's going to be really good.
I wonder if we can get that route that we ran with Pokey in an Orange Bowl, basically that oh my God, I can't wait for them apple chips, bro. My God, I know exactly who that is. Hey man, Luke says DJ checked out, man. A lot of people said the same thing about Jay Trav. They told me Jay Trav couldn't throw the ball deep, but every one of his touchdowns, like his in the 5 and 7 years, was deep. It's the same fucking play. So, shit. Things are live, man. Things are live. I can't wait for this shit. I can't wait to see a guy with that kind of speed be able to run. And we got our possession receivers as well. Richie Leonard is a guy that I've been critical on. I'm not even going to lie to you. But somebody posted up a play where it's ironic. Florida fans pulled this play up to troll him. And he quickly became maybe one of my favorite transfers in his response. And, so we'll watch the play. And this is when Akeem Dent blitzes and he knocks he gets a penalty. I still don't know what the penalty is for, but we'll just watch the game. You see it. They point it out. Blitz. Looks like he goes by the guard, hits him, doesn't hit him in the head. They throw a flag. We still don't know why. This is the only touchdown that Florida scored. Like after this, they basically walked them into that. Let's just again pause real quick. The tackle pointed it out. Running back pointed out that there was a blitzer coming. Now, I want to explain to people in football, because a lot of people don't get talked to about football. We pointed that. He's been identified. That means the quarterback should clearly be aware that this is happening. So the running back doesn't stay in the block, so obviously he's running a route. You either need to throw him on the check down, or there's got to be something that is filling the spot in which that safety is vacating. That's typically how this works. The quarterback got his ass handed to him because the quarterback is an imbecile, but he's also was a redshirt freshman, so he didn't have a lot of playing time. That's what happened. So click out of that real quick. Yeah, out of this. You know, and Richie Leonard put, I did exactly what I was coached to do as the left guard. And I just told you guys what he did. Florida fans are in a tizzy right now. Oh, you're calling out the coaching staff. Have some class. Oh, that's why you sucked. You this, you that, blah, 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 blah. Wow. I fucks with you now, Richie. Shout out to you, Richie, man. I wasn't familiar with your game. Wayne Johnson puts, with the talent we are losing, do you feel 2024 will still keep the standard? The standard is to compete for championships. I think we should be competing for an ACC championship, period. They have enough talent to be in the schedule. It's not even sometimes about the talent. It's about your schedule. The schedule lines up. Florida State should be 10-2 at worst. They still have. I can't predict 12-0, but we got Law and Order because we got other stuff we got to skip through. Law and Order FSU edition. FSU has filed an amendment to their complaint. Lots of shit going down. They take aim at John Swofford and his son, claiming nepotism and incompetence. Whole bunch of shit. We'll have Danielle Kelly and Doug Rohan coming in there. It basically shows corruption, a lot of back channel deals, things that aren't helping. And if you look at Florida State's timeline, they've been setting this up really, really good. We'll discuss that. And now what happens is sometimes it takes somebody to have to be the first person. Now North Carolina is becoming very vocal about no longer wanting to be in the about what the feasibility is in being in the ACC. Inside Carolina reports the UNC Board of Trustees Chair John Prayer offered his thoughts on realignment, financial changes, and the Board of Governors policy change. I think we all need to just realize that it's a new day in college athletics. And basically what North Carolina with the state of so I got some more clips on this, that they're basically laying the groundwork similar to what Florida State did to be able to get out of there. Now, North Carolina has different rules, just like the state of Florida has different rules. All state university schools are under one president and a board-appointed board of governors, but the schools have their own chancellor and board of trustees. Right now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to vote to see if who makes the decisions for if the school says. So we're gonna get sexy on that Law and Order show today. A lot to get into. That could be an hour and be 90 minutes in and of itself. But I don't want to get into that too much. Miles, if you can show us right now, I want to talk about our rivals a little bit. UM and UF, they're getting after it on the recruiting trail. So much so like it's a lot of, it's confusing the kids. They're seeing, like, when you're a recruit, you see so many coaches, man. You see so many coaches, you get them confused. I can understand this. It's wild. So Hollis Davidson III, a tight end recruit. You can push that one first. Not that one. So we can see the recruit. That one, yeah. If you click on the picture, that's the kid. He's a tight end recruit that was visited by Billy Napier. And with this visit to Billy Napier, he puts out there, thanks for visiting at Coach Cristobal and Russ Callaway. And they as they're posting up the Gator Chomps. And it had people laughing and joking. And then when I thought about it, I mean, even though I think Miami's trajectory is higher than University of Florida's talent and schedule wise, this is basically what the kid said. If you go to that video, Miles, and they're thinking that this is some kind of good troll thing, but everybody who's not a fan are basically looking at this shit and saying this.
Same thing.
Cristobal, Napier, same thing. Shout out to my guy, Big Note. All right. Now, to bring it all to a close and wrap it all up nice and neat. It's not our month yet. We got to stop this. I never thought anything could unite America more than Taylor Swift. I mean, nothing, excuse me. I never thought that this would be the day. Like, Taylor Swift has united America. And it's also showed the hypocritical nature of what we are as Americans. I remember 2017 very vividly. It was a crazy year. One of the best years in my young sports career, sports marketing career. The Jags were good. Everybody was angry about Colin Kaepernick taking a knee during the national anthem because of disrespected troops, even though nobody is more disrespected in this country as a whole than our troops. Do you realize how few places give military discounts? Do you realize how shitty people treat, like, the same? It's kind of wild that the people who want less government ask for more government all the time. The people who love America and love the fact that we are in we're in a capitalistic country get the most upset when capitalism works for other people. And the people who disrespect the troops more than anybody are the people who say, who are angry at Colin Kaepernick for taking a knee, which was under the advice of a troop. Don't give a fuck what you think. A lot of the stuff, I agree with Cap. Here's the thing, though. You get to do what you want to do. That's why we're a free country. Like, I don't have to agree with you. That doesn't mean I want you to leave. Like, just because I get in an argument with my family member doesn't mean I want that family member to die. That's the problem with America. Like, everything is all and nothing, and nobody wants to actually have discourse. Like, to me, when somebody says that they don't like Goodfellas, I don't say, fine, don't come back to Goodfellas. No, that's fucking suicide in a capitalistic society. I like to ask, why don't you like Goodfellas? What happened? How can I make this experience better than you? When I hear somebody say they don't like Starbucks, why don't you like Starbucks? What happened? I love Starbucks. Here's why I love Starbucks. I don't go and say, you like Dunkin'. Eh. No, that's called being a child and immature and needing to win. But the funniest thing about 2017 is that people said that black people said we're boycotting the NFL because of the treatment of Colin Kaepernick. Right? But then, so we'll say that's the left. But then the right said, we're boycotting the NFL because of Colin Kaepernick. But you know what has happened since then? The NFL has never been more popular. And the people to the left are writing think pieces about what's happening in the NFL, and the people on the right are writing think pieces about what's happening in the NFL when neither should give a fuck because you've been boycotting since 2017. And it's annoying to those of us who actually like football. Angelo, no, he won't. Colin Kaepernick needs to hang it up. This is coming from a place of love. The motherfucker ain't played football in years. It don't work like that. Like, he could be in great shape. I believe he's in great shape. But like, and the wild part is, the funniest thing I used to say about Colin Kaepernick, right? And this has nothing to do with his cause and the things he has done. The coolest thing about him is if you've watched him, he's actually, outside of keeping crying, trying to come back into the NFL after you sued it. You can't sue your workplace for harassment and then want to go back to work for the harasser. That doesn't work. Like, that's silly. He won a case. Like, they settled. So like, you don't get to come back now, bro. You got to go. You protest without consequence is a temper tantrum. So like, when they did them sit-ins, they didn't do them sit-ins just to go back. They knew an ass whooping was coming. Martin Luther King, maybe I thought he was gonna get hit with a boulder when he was walking across that bridge, but he knew that we had to do something in order for people to see it. So anyways, I think Londa's right. Cap, the other thing that black people got to realize is Cap opted out of his contract. He chose to do some things to make it easier for them to get rid of him. He didn't have to do that. He had a contract. He could have forced them. They were like, well, they would have cut him anyway. He would have forced their hand. He chose to not force their hand. Bravo to him. But he's been doing the things that he said he's going to do in the community, being the activist since then. I applaud him for that, because a lot of people do this shit and don't do anything after that. But he was a shitty person before all of this, man. Like, he was remember, you got to remember, he slept with one of his teammates' girlfriend, and that motherfucker sawed his car in half. Like, on some Any Given Sunday type shit. So that's why I was always skeptical, because one, I know you don't trust light-skinned men like that. If you've seen old episodes, I would never let my old lady do basketball lessons with Derek Fisher. But like, Cap was a terrible person up until he got into some vagina that woke him up. Sometimes that happens to us. That's why I don't want to be around Erykah Badu. I'm afraid. Everybody that Erykah Badu's been around completely changed. Andre 3000 was wearing jerseys and wearing jeans. Now the motherfuckers playing flute at random Bucky stops. The only thing I got in this world is my mind and peace of mind. I can't fathom having dementia or any of this other shit. That is the most terrifying thing in the world, to feel like to be going crazy. When I watched Griselda, I told you I watched Griselda, right, Miles? Yeah, I finished. I binged it. She started smoking crack, and then that's what they said her mind. I was just like, damn. That's why I don't do drugs. That's why I don't do hard drugs. But anyways, I'm saying all this shit to say, y'all motherfuckers shouldn't be watching the goddamn. This ain't for you. Y'all said y'all were gone, but y'all know it's people who have been boycotting shit like fans troll their other teams. It's Miami fans and Florida fans that know more about Florida State recruiting and what we have and what we don't have than I do. And I get paid to do this shit. I don't feel strongly enough about anything to boycott, because I like shit the things that I do, I enjoy. Yeah, like I like Starbucks. In order for it is not about the coffee, it's about the service. They treat me nice. They have said Starbucks doesn't like military. Didn't change anything that I'm doing. I'm a military spouse. Like that shit. I like a lot of shit. You could tell me that, trying to think something that's really deal.
I can tell you my line while you think.
If I didn't, but I haven't. If Lethal Weapon comes on TV, I might. But the thing is I don't know the last time I watched Lethal Weapon. I'm not searching for me saying I'm boycotting Mel Gibson is cheating.
It's easy. It's an easy.
Yeah.
But I took it since high school.
It's like saying I'm boycotting going to the mosque. I'm boycotting. What do Jews go to?
Temple.
I'm boycotting Temple. I was never going.
I was like, this is what I could actually stand by.
Right. So in order for me to boycott Starbucks, I would have to find out that the owner of Starbucks, excuse me, not the owner of the owner of my favorite Starbucks, which technically they don't franchise, so they're all owned by the same person, but whatever, was the slave owner of all generations of Coleman and Watkins. That's my mother's family and my father's family. They would have had to own every single one of them. And I would have to know that they were very mean. Like, I mean, like, not mean like they just like did the normal slave shit that everybody else did. I mean, like they did some wild shit. And I would think about boycotting Starbucks. But that has to be specific and a slight to me. I don't boycott shit if they didn't do anything to me, because you know what? Damn it, Colin Kaepernick ain't boycotting shit for me. Facts. I don't know him. We don't, Miles, that was such a great, we don't know these people. Like when somebody was like, I'm leaving the country if Obama becomes president, I'm leaving the country if 4 or 5, bitch, I love the DR. I love when I went to South Africa. I am not leaving this motherfucker no time soon. When I'm done working, and I might become an expat when I'm done working and I've made enough money. And it really has nothing to do with like anything that America did. It's just really fucking expensive to live here. Yeah. Like it's just if I get about 4-5 million in the bank one day, I'm like, oh, you know where I'm gonna keep it? In a fucking American bank. I'm gonna get the interest. I'm gonna go live somewhere and do all of it. Because here's the wild part: it's just like Animal Farm, which I know a lot of you people. I hope you've read it. Animal Farm is the perfect idea of what America really is. Even though it was written about Russia, but it's America too. The downtrodden, when they get a chance to replace, they do the same shit to the people when they're at the top that was done to them. I'm not going to do all of that, but I'm going to live nice. I'll buy, if I had a chance. When I heard Steve Harvey say he owns 1,600 acres, I was like, damn, that's a big ass plantation. Then I thought about it. I don't own a plantation. I've told y'all, if I become a billionaire, I'm buying people. Meaning I'm owning the NFL franchise. That is all an NFL franchise is buying in you're in the commodities of people business. I know we don't want to think about it like that, but slavery wasn't just American slavery. There were other gladiators were slaves too, and they were some of the richest people in Rome. They were rock stars. They had posters. They slept with the baddest bitches. They had more money than the normal Roman. They just weren't free to do what they wanted to do. But in fact, they had to fulfill their obligation or their contract in order to gain their freedom. That is a form of slavery. We just don't think about it like that, which is fine. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to talk to you. I'm just a history guy. And I still understand it. So I say all this to say is Taylor Swift should not be on the minds of black people who like Kaepernick or white people who hated Kaepernick, because you're not supposed to be watching. That's for us. Now, I am a guy who loves facts and figures. When presented with facts and figures that are different to what we believe, we must change it. But before we get into that, I need to get into you simps. Shout out to Jeff for gifted 5 memberships. I appreciate that. I don't know who all's here that can get gifted those 5 memberships, but we have more people who are going to be able to appreciate Black History or Greeny History Month now. Kevin Z. DuPont, if you can post this up here. And this is, you guys wait a second. I'm coming to you. But this is to the black people. Actually, it's mostly black people right now that I'm going to be dealing with because it's not our month yet. Kevin puts, stop kidding yourself. You're not tired of Taylor Swift. She's done nothing to you. What you're tired of seeing is the fact that the data shows she's generated $331 million in revenues since this relationship went public. Yet, she reminds you of the simple question all men want to know from all women, yet never get a viable answer. What do you bring to the table? He's talking to you, black women. Are you debits? Are your debits more than your credits? Are you leveraging my income to save yours? Are you an asset and not just a liability? Do you even earn more than you spend? Are you just here to ride my wave and can't provide a daily high tide? Upon his retirement from the NFL, his personality, along with his Hall of Fame career and championships, this media run now has Kelsey with the ability to negotiate any contract he chooses to sit on any sports panel for any network. And that's good for the whole family. Everything is not always just about a monetary valuation either. Just be capable of answering the simple question with some form of tangible evidence. And what he did was he posted his ex-girlfriend, who is fucking fine, and comparison to Taylor Swift, who is a billionaire. And it is such a tiring topic. It's like, so that's what, my bad, I thought I had got him confused. So that's not the simp part. That is the ongoing conversation of that black men and black women continue to have an argument with, which is fucking dumb. Because if you're not around me, if you add no value to me, how about that? Man, woman, or whatever. And it's not even about her money thing. I don't know her. I don't even know Taylor Swift. The only thing I know about Taylor Swift is she's rich. And a lot of white women like her music. I don't know is Taylor Swift party in the USA?
I don't know.
And see, right now, this is what happens. I hate this response to it. It bothers me. And that's what I hate that guy that does it, but I also hate this. If a motherfucker don't have a table, they don't need to eat. And if you ain't got nothing to bring, nobody eats. I can eat on my lap. That is his point. Like you don't even realize you just made his point for him. Hannah Montana is not Taylor Swift. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is right now truly not giving a fuck. This is me talking because we have this, but I don't know who the fuck. Miley Cyrus. So Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, and Taylor Swift are clearly not the same person. Okay, cool. Got that out the way. I learned. This is why I talk about shit, so I can learn, because I'm curious. But all I know is the black woman is not worth what Taylor's worth. But I do know Taylor is adding to the network of Kelsey, which is when you get to a certain status, which is how people. This is why I know black people just be talking sometimes. You're talking generational wealth. You're talking maximizing all these different things, all of this stuff. You want to get with somebody who's going to elevate you, whether it's your peace of mind or it's actually put you in different planes. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Kelsey's jersey is selling because of this. Apparently, this group of white people called the Swifties. They're stronger than the Beehive, stronger than the Barbs. They are a valiant group that I don't know who they are or where they come from, and I never want to be on their bad side. Oh, that's my God. But that's just one thing. Then it becomes, let me see what else we got here with Grinch. I think I might have messed up some of this stuff. We'll get into that, because Taylor Swift is dominating the convo when she shouldn't be. There's so many other real good things that are here. So they made this. So black men made this against a black man wrote a think piece against a black woman when that black woman ain't have shit to do with any of this. Love is love. Black man wrote that. Black man wrote that by the sister. That's tough, man. But here's what Kamara Williams. Now, this is the black man on the other side. Because Shannon Sharp you can't even make statements, right? Like Shannon Sharp made a simple statement. I think Taylor Swift is a bigger icon than Beyonce. You would think This man said Beyonce is below him. Beyonce is awful singer and she doesn't do anything. He clearly said something that's wild. So here's what it is. I'll read this. It's a lot. My problem with Shannon Sharp's statement comparing Beyonce to Taylor Swift is not only that it's inaccurate, but it was unnecessary. Pause. This man makes a living on talking about sports, and it was literally on a podcast talking about sports. Taylor Swift is undoubtedly an icon. Her artistry and success cannot and should not ever be questioned or denied. In the story, Beyonce is bigger than an icon. She's a ubiquitous institution. When black men start using big words, I get worried. Now, the reality is he did not compare or contrast. He just said she is a bigger deal. Because she shifts culture, attitudes, trends, and people are literally taking college courses. He goes on. Beyonce literally changed the music industry. People release on Fridays because of her. This is not quite. This is how streaming works. Her choice to make music that centers primarily on black experience. Let's just, bottom line is he spoke for all the reasons why Beyonce is not a billionaire. Beyonce is close to it. Her husband's a billionaire. And they are a comparison of what a power couple does for each other. They're dope with each other. But here's what Shannon said, and there are ways to measure these things tangible. And one of the problems that we have created as an American society and a culture is that we no longer can just take tangible evidence of why somebody might, and yes, like she said, why can't they both be bosses? But on this stage, $331 million is what she has brought in exposure in media to just the Kansas City Chiefs. With an average TV time of 25 fucking seconds. I want to remind people that 25 seconds is what Taylor Swift is on Kansas City Chief games that are regional. So we don't even get all the Kansas City Chiefs games everywhere. 25 seconds, $331 million. God damn it, there ain't shit Beyonce's ever done that's got that kind of push. And that's not knocking Beyonce. She hasn't dated an NFL football player, so we don't know. But we do know is Taylor Swift has 500 million followers on one social media idiom that do whatever she says do. We know that. What we do know for a fact is that Beyonce, and this is a dope-ass sales right here by the way, on her last tour, grossed $579 million worldwide, 56 dates, 39 cities, 2.7 million fans. That is amazing. That is dope. That is to be applauded. That is to be light to be shed on that. That being said, Taylor Swift in the same year, $1.04 billion with the B dollars, 60 dates, 56, 60, but I promise you the average is still not going to get you to $1 billion. Do you understand how much money that is to gross by both of them? But $1 billion, she almost fucking doubled what Beyonce did in the same year. It's okay. It's just like I said on my Facebook post. William Floyd is a better fullback than me at Florida State. I could not hold William Floyd's jockstrap. That does not mean that I was not a beast. That just means I can recognize that this person, we men, we do this all the time. Matter of fact, there was a great video on Arsenio Hall of Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, and I think Sugar Ray Leonard were all up on stage. And Muhammad Ali said, or somebody asked Mike Tyson, do you think you could beat Muhammad Ali? And he said no. And then Muhammad Ali was like, yes. In the competition, these people don't even look at it the same way we look at it. What happened was a guy who didn't have anything to do with his life felt, this is how I'm going to get the attention of the black woman or women that don't like me for me just being me, by writing something that's very, very intelligently prose but has no depth. There is nothing, when you have tangible metrics to argue something, one could deduce that because of the following she has, grossing $1 billion, and we now know that one franchise has got $3,031,000. One franchise. The reality of the situation is the numbers don't match up. And we can say, no, it's not apples and oranges. There's 1 billion US versus in ticket sales to 579. That's not streams. That is tickets sold, concerts, tour dates, 56 tour dates to 60 tour dates. Singer, what the real thing is Taylor Swift is to a broader audience. And that's all it is. She's white. Beyonce's black. There are 14. Now, it's impressive because 14% of the population is African American here. And she's still able to do the numbers, which means she crosses over. Taylor doesn't have to cross over. And the point is you don't even have to compare them. Because the statistics say that we're not even seeing Taylor as much as we are bringing her up. This is the crazy part. Taylor ain't losing no sleep. She's flying on private jets. She's doing all these different things. And here's what she's done. It's 25 seconds. The average commercial is 36 seconds. The average commercial is 36 seconds. And for when people keep saying, I turn on the NFL to watch football, the fuck you do. There are 16 actual real life minutes of football that are played in a 3-hour game. The statistics, Pratna. The statistics show that you're a fucking cap. Not anybody in particular, just as a group. She's not on that much. We're talking about her way more. You're making it seem like she's going to be on the cover of the next Madden video game. Like there's going to be a Taylor Swift story. Was it Road to Glory? Or no, that was college football. What was it? Of Superstar Mode. You're going to have date Taylor Swift. They're making it seem like that. Taylor Swift's so powerful that, and Beyonce is too, that her wearing your shit makes you rich. And what's cool is she's humble enough to do it. I think Beyonce is as well, because one thing that Jay and them do, they take care of their circle. She hooked up the fullback's wife of the San Francisco 49ers. What do you mean by that, James? How did she hook up the fullback's wife? Apparently, she got a clothing company. And she designs jerseys kind of similar to the jersey dresses that a lot of athletes, a lot of people were wearing in the culture back in the day. Right here. She got a licensing deal with the NFL after Taylor Swift wore the jacket because it's all about money, man. Some things ain't about black and white, and it's about, like, there are things systemically that got us to a situation. And I'm willing to admit that. This ain't it, though. All this is that one white woman married again, there are 2,000 something players in the NFL, of which 10 are probably fullbacks. She married one out of the 10, out of the 2,000, out of the 30,000 that have ever played in the NFL. Total players. She hit the jackpot. She worked hard. She was in the proper position to be able to benefit from when somebody gave her the opportunity. Guys, that ain't racism. That's called networking. That is literally what people do every day and what you're trained to do if you're an entrepreneur. I've seen people put, if she was black, she wouldn't have got that. Bull fucking shit. If Taylor Swift wore that, I don't even got to know who Taylor Swift is. She wear anything, it's going to do. It's just this girl has been doing this. You know what? She made something for Simone Biles. She does this. She's in an elite fraternity of an elite fraternity, NFL wives. That's why a lot of black women watch Basketball Wives, even though, and you know what's crazy about Basketball Wives? Most of them hoes ain't even wives. They just girlfriends or side bitches. Which is ironic. Shawnee O'Neal made that, and now she's a preacher's wife. Dumb. Black women. It's just a wild thing where sometimes we got to realize that sometimes it's just business, man. And the business and complaining and crying ain't gonna get you saved. And again, 25 seconds a game. 17 game. What's that? What does that come out to? Let's go. 17 times 25. 425. Let's go divide by 60. 7 minutes and 8 seconds. 7 minutes and 8 seconds is what we've seen Taylor Swift in totality of screen time. 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Just take it over the games. And not everybody sees it because, you know, Jags have been in prime time. Jags have been on the 4 o'clock. Like, you didn't even see her in most markets. She happens to be dating one of the better players on one of the best teams, a dynasty in of itself. And we said 16 minutes. Let's go. What's 16 minutes? 16 times 60. 960 times 17 games. It's 16,320 seconds. 16,320 seconds. I forgot what was that. Divided by 16,320 seconds. 2% of what if you've watched Kansas City football all year, less than 2% of the watch time. And that's what we're complaining about. I needed to hear from a black woman. We could post her. Mila J, a Miami fan, by the way. Every day I'm reminded, click on it. Every day I'm reminded how bitter and miserable people are on social media apps. The hate and outrage people are giving Kristen J for that licensing deal is disgusting. She put her designs on the right person and her business blew up. That's how shit goes. Business is not about who you know or what you know, but it's about who knows you and who claims you. And Taylor apparently knows her well enough to claim her and change. And now she's making money. She'll make money for quite some time because those licensing deals ain't easy to get. But the NFL ain't stupid. It's a for-profit business. You know what happens? Now that they get that, they get a percentage of the sales. They get a percentage of the sales. That means the owners get more money. Do you know what happens, though, when the owners get more money? That means that a percentage of those sales have to get redistributed to the players. That means the more money the players make, that means the higher the salary cap goes up. That's how, that's what we need. Like, in this month of February, if you're a greenie, we're going to include you in here, white or black. But if you're a black person, what you need to do is stop fucking complaining and figure out how I can partner with somebody and how we can leverage ourselves up. Or you're going to fucking sink. Marching and singing We Shall Overcome is great for History Months, but that ain't how you're getting shit done nowadays. That is a connection that could have been made. And I would argue that a lot of the stuff that the young lady who was immensely talented, who was dating Travis Kelce, the opportunity she got was because she was dating one of the best tight ends in the league on one of the best teams in the league. It's not saying that she wasn't talented. It was just saying that she benefited off of him just like that. So all of you motherfuckers who were saying that he fumbled $331.5 million, a lady getting a licensing deal, other things happen. It really looks a lot like somebody else fumbled the other person. Might have got punted. That doesn't mean she's not bad. And what we have to do is we're more intelligent than that. We have to stop getting into this comparison shit. Just because you bring something up doesn't mean you're tearing something else down. That thing could be just as good as anything else. But the fact is, we don't know what Beyonce could do. We're ending it. I'll end it with the Colin Cowherd thing, but Andre, Delilah is, I guess you saw my 17, go back to when you were 17 post. Delilah is was a basketball player in my high school. It doesn't matter anymore, guy.
Yeah.
She's not for you, my man. She's no longer with us. She's the head coach at Yale. And she has a wife. She has a wife that looks like Travis Kelce now. She's gone, man. She's no longer with us, man. But yes, Delilah was very attractive. And bro, hey, that thing ain't been penetrated since we was 17. That thing is locked. That thing is locked away. If anything, remember how we read the text that Vince McMahon said, and it was so graphic that I couldn't finish? If she gave you an opportunity, bro, just don't tell me, because I'm going to roast you, because I know what had to happen to you for you to have that opportunity. She probably told you, I will take whatever you give me if you can take whatever I give you, and no judgment. If that's, but I'm just telling you that was what they said. That bus left or that plane left the gate a long time ago, brother. Like, but all that being said, she played basketball at Florida. She was a phenomenal athlete. Delilah is a Black history fact in Tallahassee in of itself. She was the first major Power 5 signee out of high school in Tallahassee history. In 2002, she went to Florida. Now she's the head basketball coach. She's worked her way up. I see her every now and then on IG. But yeah, that is one of my questions though. Like, 'cause she really was pretty and like all of that stuff. Like, why do you like? I get it, but it's like everything about you like just do a complete 180. Like when you, it's not just them. It's just like even when guys decide to go join the community, like you had bass in your voice and you enunciated your words and you didn't have a lisp on Tuesday. All of a sudden, you have a lisp and your voice is high pitched and you're switching to sachet and shit. Like I always was curious, like how that happens. Like I never know, but like whatever. Hey, to each his own. But I never this is how I know I live. Oh, my bad. This is one of the things that are getting missed is that elite dad bods are now the standard. I want people to realize that this, like, it's not just him. Tom Brady looked like this too for most of his career, but this is one of the best players in the NFL.
Yeah.
This is sexy to somebody. Like, shout out to Kermit the Frog, the light-skinned brethren, whose dad is the blackest. I don't think he ever looks back and questions what happened, but like it's crazy how his dad could be like I'm sorry, he's the blackest black dad I've seen. And you would never know, like you would not say that's Patrick Mahomes' dad. That's Mr. Mahomes Sr. You would just be like, nah, can't be. He looks like I have a friend, Jordan Hale. I might find a picture. That's how Jordan used to look. But right. Like Cream don't do that much. I would question if I was him too. That baby is clear. He ain't even Simpson colored. But there's a video of again, that's a storyline that we should be talking about more than somebody who's on screen for 25 seconds. We got another great one with the brothers. I don't know where it's at. Nah, that's where we're gonna end it. We talked about the vest for Simone Biles. We talked about that. Damn. Oh, this right here. The storyline is right here. You got two brothers. Like this is what I want from my two sons. One, we want the noise because they're talking. It's not. If they both make it to the NFL, that'd be dope. Or pro sports. Like this, man. Like this is amazing. Like Have we seen the Mahomes? Not Mahomes, excuse me. The Kelsey dad? Like, we should be talking about how Patrick Mahomes' dad is so cool. And did you hear he said I brought in something special from Cuba for that Lamar Jackson pack. We smoking that Lamar Jackson pack. Like so much other shit that actually they do spend more time on than the 25 fucking seconds a game of Taylor Swift. The 25 fucking seconds a game. Like 25 seconds out of 3 hours. Not even the game. Like the game is only 16 minutes. 25 fucking seconds of a 3 hour, like one commercial. Pepsi and Coke buy multiple commercials per show so that you can actually get indoctrinated by it. This is live. Oh, you a real one, Jack Ho? No. Oh, you a real one. Yo, you brought up a name right there, man. That's my guy. Well, his brother's my man, like Ed. No, so Ed and Will, I've been bringing this. I'm gonna say because Jack, if he a real one, he gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Ed and Will Rogers were so good at basketball when we were growing up. They played for there was church league basketball was the city league that was like really competitive when I was growing up, and we had a squad at Bethel Baptist for our age group. Just a bunch of guys. I was at that bitch playing straight up like Draymond Green might have watched me in church league basketball and got his motivation on how to play. I was crashing boards. I was putting up putbacks. I could dunk. I grabbed the rim real early. I was blocking shots, fighting, getting all kinds. You got 5 fouls. So I was going to get 3 to 4 a game. Like, you got to use them. Like, you don't get rollover minutes. Them boy, we would beat the shit out of everybody. Then there was Salvation Army had a squad with some tall ass white boys that was cold. And then the Bethlehem Me boys would come out. They would always show up late, and Ed and Will would come out that motherfucker. They had 4 guys show up, and you had to have a minimum of 4 guys to be able to play the game. So they didn't have a whole squad. They had 4 fucking guys, and them bitches played full court press and was working cats. And then Will has some things come up in his life. Yeah, their dad, Mr. Rogers, awesome, because Ed played football with me at Florida High. Will ended up coming to Florida High too. Mr. Rogers, until our senior year, I didn't even know what porcelain veneers were. I think, or maybe that was his maybe he had dentures, but he had no teeth. He had like one right here. And he always smiled. And I learned something. People with new teeth or no teeth are always smiling. Like, and he will always talking to you. But Mr. Rogers was dope. I like Mr. Rogers. I love Ed. Ed got a young son. He's doing stuff. And I wish Will would have been the best. But we're going to put all this together. And I never thought, and I only watched the first part of it, so I don't know what all Colin is saying. But when I'm agreeing with Colin Cowherd, it's starting to get me concerned. Like, I'm genuinely concerned about where we're going as a society, because I typically don't agree with him about a lot of shit. We're not going to watch 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I can promise you that. But we're going to watch some of it. And segue. Can you type in the website, the alpha? We'll get this. Don't be in the 50% of men that don't have sex and are mad at Taylor Swift. We have something for that if you listen to Den Media Group. What I would like for you to do is spell it with me. ALPHAMALEJAX.com. I want you to go to alphamalejax.com. We can get if Taylor Swift and her 25 seconds on the game are really bothering you that much, let's go get your estrogen levels are a little elevated. Your testosterone levels are a little low. We need to get you to the point to where you're able to man the fuck up. Your hormones are out of whack, and you're supposed to be watching the game. And ironically, in all of this, I don't even like Taylor Swift. I don't know who the fuck Taylor Swift. I can't name a song, but I do understand that she's only on for 25 seconds and I could change. So like, but 50% of men don't have 50% of actually I don't think it's 50%. Well, actually, no. When they said that, the stat is 30% of men have multiple children. So 70% of men aren't really having sex at all. Like aren't like procreating. So like when women say they can't find a good man, all men cheat, or like all men have baby mamas, is only because you're fucking the same 30% of us. And obviously toxic is in that, and that's what you're attracted to based on the statistics. But if it's 50%, it makes sense, because literally it's like social media. When people say social media is bothering me, I'm getting bullied on social media. If they did not dox you, you can block, you can mute, or you don't have to fucking get on social media. Like, you don't have to listen. Like, they're not forcing you to do. It's kind of like when they say, oh, what got it? In Griselda, they did sprinkle the gay in there. But it was the gay that we all like, lesbians. Everybody likes lesbians. So we ain't going to argue about that shit. Hot lesbians. Yeah, because I ain't going to lie, both. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. But the reality is this. We got to deal with her for a whole nother fucking week. So, and I'm gonna be real with you. Don't know who she is. Don't know her music. But if I get a fucking opportunity, her ass is gonna be right on this channel, because I see green. Like, and that, I know exactly what is gonna happen with that. And shit, it's another one of another thing I was thinking about. Oh, so we'll have that. If you're in Vegas, you want to come kick it with me, let me know. Tell dog, it's a lot of ugly people in America. I don't think people realize that. It's not even about who you're smashing. It's a lot of people who are ugly, a lot of people who don't have shit. They don't have sauce. They don't have a lot of, without sauce. A poet said this. Without sauce, you can get lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce. Oh, sweet. Right now. Sell it. Well, now I'm going to make sure it's extended. But again, make sure you buy your 36-week weight loss pack or testosterone package and get the rest of 2024 for free, and B12 for free as well. Hit us up. We will make sure you get taken care of. We are a go. Appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We'll see you guys next time. Well, all right. We'll get here eventually. See you guys next time.